Tinubu after me and Sanwo-Olu, Atiku cries out. Welcome to Synod Media. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share our videos. Also put on your notification button to get notices of our updates. Politics, like I always opine, is a very tactical game. If you must, succeed, then you must pay the price of loyalty, and also you must be willing to be on top of your game, since your opponents would do anything to pull you down. This seems to be the case between former Vice President Atiku Abubakar and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Recently, in the Nigerian political space, there have been a flurry of groupings and regroupings. It's as if all the opposition leaders in Nigeria are regrouping in a bid to oust the president in the next election cycle. But of course, the president would not just fold his hands and wait for the group to truncate a second term ambition, and as such, he will do all he needs to do to thwart their movement. And that seems to be what is playing out now, as it is reported that the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar is saying Tinubu is after him, and Sanwo-Olu, a supposed ally of Tinubu. Let's hear the news. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar on Thursday cried out over an alleged plot to rope him and Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos into a purported financial fraud. He said the plot is being orchestrated by President Bola Tinubu. According to Atiku, the Lagos governor is being accused of providing money for his Atiku's presidential campaign in the 2023 election, in which Atiku and Tinubu were contestants. A statement signed by Paul Ibe, media advisor to Atiku, and made available to reporters, said that Sanwo-Olu was said to have made the funds available to Atiku through one Mrs. Aisha Ashimogo. The statement said part of the game plan was to get rid of Sanwo-Olu as the governor of Lagos State. See the full statement. Halt this artificial Bart's voyage of misadventure and campaign of calumny against Atiku. We at Atiku Media Office have taken note of reports in a section of the media that the governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, at Jide Sanwo-Olu, through Ms. Aisha Ashimogo, made available to His Excellency Atiku Abubakar, Vice President of Nigeria, 1999 to 2007, money purportedly belonging to Lagos State. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission is also credited with investigating the matter. Let it be known that this is a blatant lie from the pit of hell, a contrived political hogwash, and a futile campaign of calumny aimed at advancing the political interest of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It may interest Nigerians to note that the Waziri of Adamawa does not know Governor Sanwo-Olu and indeed has never met him before. This piece of kindergarten propaganda is beneath the camp of Tinubu. How is it possible for an Atiku that does not know and had no connection with Sanwo-Olu to be having a transaction with him involving the exchange of money, let alone during the presidential election of 2023 in which his boss was a contestant? To what end would that be? We wish to therefore state emphatically and for the record that it is a political hardship job aimed at providing a much-needed justification to jettison Governor Sanwo-Olu, who appears to have fallen out of favor with the Bodleian court. Indeed, their strategy is twofold: get rid of Sanwo-Olu and to discredit the coalition being put together by the opposition political leaders, of which Atiku Abubakar is a key stakeholder. To even underscore how poor the propaganda is, an unnamed Sanwo-Olu's aide is quoted in the news story trashing his principal and adding fuel to the fire. Pray, who does that? Since the EFCC has been dragged into the arena of politics and propaganda, we challenge the anti-corruption agency to make public the outcome of its alleged investigation. It's not just the president that is entitled to that information, but the generality of the Nigerian public, including former Vice President Atiku Abubakar and Labour Party's presidential flag bearer in the 2023 election, Peter Obi. This voyage of misadventure and campaign of calumny against the person and reputation of Atiku Abubakar must be halted immediately and with alacrity too. The release was signed by Paul Ibe for Atiku Media Office, Abuja, and was dated 27 March 2025. Well, that is politics for you. You know, your opponent will do anything and everything possible to outwit you. And like it is said in the political circle, politics like war. Anything you do, it seems to be fair. I don't know how that resonates with you. You know, the game is becoming intriguing. Yes, the regroupings, ordinarily should be of concern to the perceived recipient. And of course, as a tactician and a politician, you don't expect him to fold his hands and wait for these groups to unleash their venom on him. So he has to fight the political fight of his life. But it is curious to know why Sanwo-Olu, a supposed ally of Tinubu, is in this story. Is it indicative of the current travails of Sanwo-Olu as it affects the speakership of the Lagos State House of Assembly, where it is reported he instigated the removal of Obasa and brought Miranda, and the president stood his ground that Obasa be reinstated? Is that indicative of the Sanwo-Olu falling out of favor with his principal? Is this what is playing out in Lagos? And if it is so, coming from Atiku's, camp, then it should be more worrisome, because Sanwo-Olu ought to have been the one disclaiming Atiku. But Atiku is not the one disclaiming Sanwo-Olu. It means the days ahead will be interesting. And, it brings to the fore what has been said repeatedly, that these politicians, they care about the next election and not the next generation. We still have 2 years to 2027, but the focus is on the 2027 election. Politics, no wonder they say it's about loyalty and interest. The EFCC, from the report, has been drawn into the fray. But like the former vice president is requesting, will they be willing to make their report open? The days ahead will tell. What do you think is playing out here? What do you think? Is Atiku weaving a complicated web? Maybe if he comes this way using Sanwo-Olu, he will set up crisis in the APC family and the Tinubu club. What do you really think is happening here? Is this a strategy for the Atiku's camp to put fire literally in Tinubu's house? Since Tinubu is alleged to be using Wike to disturb Atiku, is it Atiku's turn to use Sanwo-Olu against Tinubu? What do you think is happening here? Let us have your thoughts.